Hi, I'm going to show you how to log in to a console environment for the Dardel HPC cluster, which is part of the Connect and File Transfer course as given by NICE. So what I'll be showing you, I go through the material. We're going to practice using the documentation of Dardel. We'll quickly go through all the theoretical stuff. But then we're going to log into Dardel. So there are some, so first there are like three little sections. I'll go through them. You can read them on your own. What is a console environment? Well, that's this environment. It looks like this. It's only text. Why would you log in via a terminal? Why would you use a console environment? Well, because it is powerful. Like a remote desktop environment. A remote desktop environment can be clumsy. Sure, if you need graphics, you must use a desktop environment, except for some exceptions. But using a terminal is more powerful. In the end, you'll be using the terminal, but maybe not at the start. In the start, a desktop environment is what you prefer. To access this console environment like this, you need a program called an SSH client. And a terminal is a tool that can typically do that. On the other, for Windows or Mac, there are also some specialized programs for doing so. But I won't go into details about that. Instead, I'm going through the exercises, where exercise 1 is about what a terminal is. You can Google this yourself, it's here. What a prompt is, well, if I show you a terminal like this, this is the prompt, where this is my username, this is the name of my computer, the colon separates my computer and where I am now, this is my home folder, and the dollar means that it's asking me something. Good. So that is a prompt. Exercise 2, we need to install an SSH client. There are multiple ones. I'm going to use, I use Ubuntu Linux, that has it built in. Step 3, now we get to the Dardel specific stuff. So for Dardel, choose how to log into the console environment of your HPC cluster via SSH. Use a password when having the option to choose between using a password and using an SSH key. Good. Now let's go to that documentation, and I'll just directly go there. So Dardel's documentation is here. Let's go to the front page of this, so that we really start from the start here. Nice user documentation. We're gonna do for login. And I guess here we need to go to login. Here we see console environment. Good. That's what we need to go into. And there's documentation here. It seems we need to log in with SSH keys. That means we don't have an option here. We're going to use these. What they are, I don't think it's important. How to create them is. I will also show you that. So I'm going to generate SSH keys. I'm going to put this here. In another tab, generating SSH keys. I'm going to scroll down to the Linux part. Okay, I need to follow the Mac instructions. Let's do that. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Here's a terminal. Sure, this is how you find a terminal. This is Mac. I don't care. Here. All right, let's do this. So I'm going to move this documentation to the left of the screen now. There. And I'll put the terminal at the right side of my screen. And let's walk through it. So I need to do CD. Okay. I guess this needs to be CD this thing. It makes sure you are in the home folder. Right, now I need to make a folder called SSH. I already have that folder, so probably it will give me an error. Yes, it already exists. So that's great. This is probably already true, so but it does not give an error, so this works. Copy pasting this thing, There, enter. I need to enter a passphrase here. I'll do this now secretly. There. So although I typed stuff, you did not see any asterisks or so. It's to hide the length of my password. Good. After registration, you'll be able to log into Dardel with the following command. Okay. Let's do this. I'll just do it. Let's see what happens. So my username is Richelby. Richelby. I don't think this already works. You need to upload the key. Yeah, correct. Let's take a look. I don't know what this is. I've just created the key. I think that was the whole purpose. I've generated an SSH key. I'm happy here. So I'm going to leave it at this. I close this tab. Let's go back to the documentation. So I've generated my SSH key pair. And here it says, once you have successfully produced a work SSH key, you let your browser open the PDC login portal. Okay. So I put this in another tab here, PDC login portal. I need to click on this link. Let's do that. I need to prove my identity. Sure, I can do that. Good. I have already proven my identity today. And I'm gonna add a new key. So add new key there. I'm gonna choose the file. So for me this is in my home folder .ssh, and that this PDC thing at the end. PDC is the one we just created. I did not put much attention to it, but this is the PDC key. Good. This is my IP address now. I'm gonna save it. And that means it's now added. Let's take a look if I click on this thing, or if I put here. Where is the thing? It's today, 30th of January. I'm maybe gonna add it again just to make sure. That needs to be a public key. Let's try that again. PDC pub. Select. I'm gonna save. All right. There's a new name. There's already a key present with that. With that name. That means I gonna leave it at this. What am I gonna do? It means I'm going to delete my old keys. So I think newest one, that's the one I need to delete. I'm just going to delete all of them. Why would I need them there? Delete, 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 delete. Now I'm going to add my new key. PDC. There it is. Save. And there we have it. Good. So my key is now uploaded. This means we can now go back to the documentation. So let's take a look. So we have now created our SSH key pairs. What do we need to do more? This is how we did that. This is sure. This is how it looks like. Log into Dardel. I'm going to use this one because I know my username. So for this I'm going to open up a terminal. So I move this to the left. And I need, first let's try this one. Let's take a look what it says. There. Permission denied. Let's take a look at what this one says. He shall be. Permission denied. And indeed I need to specify the path there too. So this is the only one that works. There needs to be the private key. This is in .ssh. Yes. So the private key doesn't have pub, so this is it there. My username is Richelby. Great. I need to type in the thing when I created the key. I don't know what it's called there. And there I am on Dardel. Here it is. Look, I even have some files here. Good. Let's go back to our trusty exercises. So exercise 3, log in to Dardel, log in. I have done this. This means I've just showed you how to log into a console environment for the Dardel HPC cluster as part of the course Connect and File Transfer as given by NICE. With that, I wish you a very good day. Bye!